Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Kingdoms of Amalur Re-Reckoning with me, Bring It On. No time to waste, we have a lot of people to talk to.
All these... You look capable. Stern in the brow, proud of bearing. You are just what we need to deliver these notices. You'll do it, won't you? You've got to do better than the last fellow. There's pay. It's for the war effort.
Hey stranger, you want to take these important notices somewhere? War effort.
We're in Rathir. This is the war effort. How do you think we get a steady flow of soldiers into Cluricon? You've got to be organized, and everyone's got to pitch in.
Riyadh Guth.
I'm the chief of recruitment, and don't think I've got time to go around handing out notices. Those notices are only the beginning.
Courier.
Went and broke his little leg. Oh, Lunala's tears. Hasn't a notion of how important our work is. No sense of the bigger picture.
He broke his leg. What notices? Delivered where?
Notices of duty to denizens of Rathir selected to serve. The work can be hard, and you've got to, well, look the part. I'll give you a list of names, and you get each of them to accept their card. Easy as that. Well, what do you say? Will you do it?
What if someone resists?
What I need are boots on the ground in Cluricon. I shouldn't say this, but if anyone can't or won't accept the notice, find someone else. Or make them. Whatever you need to do.
Okay, I'll do it.
Take these cards, deliver them to Runir Wesnan, Maywin Wyvern Gif, Aefendel, and Varen Seawine. Almain? Odd. All can be found in Rathir, and I can be found in the officers' hall on the burn when you're finished.
Notices of duty.
You can't fight a war without soldiers. True, we contract the Warsworn and volunteers arrive daily, but it's not always enough. Citizens of Rathir are selected on... Well, the process is secret. Even I don't know how. They're selected, a notice is sent, and they serve.
And where do I take these notices?
The names are Runir Wesnan, Maywin Wyvern Gif, Aefendel, and Varen Seawine. They're all in Rathir.
Well, this is the perfect quest to grab first.
On your way.
Alright, what do we got here? I just want to check for names with your citizen, city watch. There's Seawine, or a Seawine anyway.
Are you new to Rathir? Are you here for the Scholia Arcana as well? My brother is. Are you a mage? I bet you're not more powerful than he is.
Well, probably not in magic, but I'm pretty strong. The keys in the burn.
The northern piers are called the Keys, where merchant ships dock for trade. It's safer there, sheltered by Bracken Bay, and farther from Cluricon. Only warships dock at the burn, and it's all soldiers there. What with the officers' hall, though the healer's there too.
Scholia Arcana.
Surely you've heard of it. Full of stuffy old mages and strange books, and the rooms Varen wouldn't let me go in. Just think what might be there.
Rathir.
I don't even know where to start. There's so much to tell. The Pradaria, of course, where all the shops and stores are. And the Keys and the Burn, and the Upper City, where my brother's school is, and also the temple and those marvelous gardens.
Pradiri.
Some merchants sell pails of fish or bolts of cloth, but Leargriff has all kinds of pretty things, and Gwalchme has anything and everything. I spent 3 whole days in the bookstore, and then I smelled every herb and powder out Rawani's. Pride of Pradiri's got boring old weapons and armor.
Alison's brother.
Oh, Varen's a silly old oaf. He's always at the Seafoam, and I've never once seen him study since he came here. I've seen one of the waitresses giving him the eye, too, though he pretends he doesn't see when I'm around.
The Seafoam.
The tavern by the Keys. You'll find as many Varani sailors there as full Rathiri, and my lazy bones of a brother, too.
The Wending.
That's where the poor in the city live. A bit of it's overground, but the rest's in the lower tunnels. It's true, they live in caves.
Upper City.
Oh, if you haven't been, you must go. The Scholia Arcana's there, of course, and the great houses. But the best part's the Lunar Gardens. It's always nighttime in the gardens, and so peaceful. You pass through there to the temple, which is also enchanting. The priestess is a fate weaver.
Sounds like there's so much stuff to do in the city.
later.
We're gonna be here for a long time.
See my children starve?
Can I not talk to you?
Do not miss Leah.
It says Weaver. I guess he's just a generic Weaver. He's not named Weaver.
Those Varani want to swindle me. I can't charge 5 gold a hand for this.
May your stay in Rathir be pleasant.
Do not miss Leogriff's many marvels.
Those Varani want to swindle me. I can't charge 5 gold a hand for this.
I mean, you could. Alabon Leargriff.
Mages worth their salt, buy from Leogriffs.
Alright, what you got? Don't really care about that stuff. Okay. Scali Arcana.
To be honest, I never actually passed the initiation trials. An oversight, I assure you. Arrogant fools.
Rathir.
Lyria's city. Magic runs through its veins, echoes in its courts and byways. And I do my modest part.
Lyria.
Magic's mistress and goddess of fate, which is not but magic's deepest weave, after all.
And then Alabon Leargriff.
A pleasure, I assure you. I've been supplying scholars and students alike for many a year. Those rare and potent marvels unavailable within their compound, I am happy to supply.
I really like his last name. It's a really good fantasy name.
Do not miss Leogriff's many marvels.
Alright, is this inside or is he... Okay, he's outside. Will Werenir.
Oh, there's no use. I've lost the keys. Now Gwalch may'll have my head if I can't think up something fast. Say, you're not good with locks, are you? Would you help a poor fellow who's down on his luck?
Sure. Will Werenir.
Me, Gwalchmay calls me lad whenever he wants me. And the others call me hardly anything at all. Just fetch this and lift that.
Rathir.
With all these people walking around, you'd figure someone would help me after I lost my keys.
Gwalchmay. Gwalchmay? I forgot how I pronounced it.
Well, he's a good enough master all in all. Sees to it I earn every coin of my wages, though. No standing about, not in his shop.
Good with locks.
Yes, as in, no need for keys. Ace with a lockpick. Gwalchmay wants an old red ledger from the storeroom in the customs house.
What about the keys?
Oh, I'm afraid they're lost for good. Now, I might have dropped them here, or at Kest's table the other night. But it's just as likely I dropped them in Bracken Bay after I'd had an ale or 3 at the Seafoam.
So you want me to lockpick it?
The chest it's in, that is, yes. Although I don't know which one it is. But it's down there, somewhere. Oh, now don't worry, nothing in the storeroom's seen the light of day in years. No one will mind if you pick a few locks before you find it.
Okay. A red ledger.
Gets these ideas into his head. Needs this old thing, needs that new thing. This time it's shard prices by the decade. Something to do with a deal he is or isn't striking with that Karasta trader.
Karasta.
Oh, the things they say about that Lanshi. That she talked a Jotun out of his own hammer once. And another time sold some Varani fool his own silk for twice as much, after cutting it to ribbons and winding it on spools.
Where is the storeroom?
The Chamber of Trade's on the way to the keys, and the storeroom's off one of the wings. Just pick any lock down there till you find the old ledger.
Okay.
Chamber of Trade basement.
I can probably handle that. May do a, let's see, City Watch. City Watch, City Watch. Riyadh Guth, who we've already talked to. Alright, this is going to take me where? The upper city? Alright, I'm going to talk to all the NPCs outside before I start going inside buildings.
Many marvels.
So I think that's all the unique ones except for this quest over here. Well, that merchant off to the side.
Please, find Selny. Tell her we betrayed.
Betrayed? By whom?
The lower tunnels. Go. Tell Selmy. No one else. Betrayed.
Alright, I'm gonna take your stuff, buddy.
That's so then. Well,
Feels good to have me feet on land.
Step up. See what I have to sell.
Alright, what do you have to sell? Nothing good. I'll take your lockpicks though. Your goods.
The goods here you'll not find the likes of anywhere else. Not without braving the raging seas, at least.
Why did that option disappear? It's weird. Rathir.
Not a bad sight from the bow of your ship, although I've never become accustomed to the strange ways of these southern Alfar.
Southern Alfar.
Dark Alfar, or whatever you like to call them, like and unlike to their sisters in the north. Losalfar, that is.
Larsa Ifwin.
It's my brothers that ply the seas and bring me goods to trade. When I tire of Rathir, I'll wait till they return and back up on the foam. Aye.
Okay.
Hello.
Longshoreman. Terry Holstig.
Well,
Do I need to skip this? I got a note. Tari.
I was born on this island, raised to believe that the outside world held nothing for me. It was all lies.
Dead Kel.
He has lorded over this island for as long as I can remember. Luckily, he left us alone most of the time. I'll never be sure why.
Ikara.
I grew up listening to the first Scion's tales of Ikara's love for us, of his promise to keep us safe and provide for us. Nothing but stories. Ikara cares nothing for the people on this island. If he did, why didn't he save my mother? Goodbye.
But this isn't the quest to go... No, that's over here. So, Captain Bradigan.
Sorry, can't talk. Got pirates to hunt.
Not the voice I was expecting. A Gallows End.
In my experience, islands are places you visit in order to escape torment and certain death. The Gallows End is one destination I will avoid on future voyages. Unless I crash there, of course.
Dead Kel.
He's as elusive as a north wind. A phantom with a skull for a face and fins for feet. Every sailor yearns for the chance to face Dead Kel. He and his hangmen go where they please. Masters of the Frostbreak.
Captain Bradigan.
I captained my first ship when I was no bigger than my papa's knee, and promptly crashed it into the dock, sinking 3 vessels with 1 wreck. It was then that I knew my destiny was to be a sailor. From that day forward, I spent my life on the water. 20 ships in 20 years. It must be some kind of record.
All right.
The breeze is nice, eh?
Get me out of here. You? How in the... Erlek, that turncoat. I never should have trusted a liar to commit murder. That's what murderers are for. What do you want?
Oh, that's right. This is the guy from the Forsaken Plains that betrayed us. Who went and stole or looted all that stuff from the cave for him to sell so he could try and rebuild Colne, supposedly. You lied to everyone.
Of course I did. I'm not the Lord of Dolve Arn. I'm not even from the Tawili coast. But what does it matter? I only did what I had to do. Don't we all? The Rathir authorities don't have to know. Keep this quiet and let me sail with this galley, and you can have the gold I received for the treasures of Koln. I am a man of my word. Most of the time.
Enjoy prison.
No, you wretch! You will rue the day you betrayed Crass. Do you hear me? Come back.
I didn't betray you. He told me to come back at the end.
Area, light your way.
Yeah, I don't need gold, so I'm not gonna just take him up on his offer of gold.
Hello, mate.
And have more fun with the quest that way. Alright, thank all these people, yeah. Seafoam Tavern. So I probably need to be careful who I talk to in here. I probably don't want to talk to the NPC that gives me the Dead Kelp quest, in case it automatically triggers and forces me to go. I'll talk to him in a minute. Hey, the adventure part 8. She was an enchantress. There was nothing we could do. But you raise a good point. Should we go on? We're few in number, and our supplies have dwindled. I say we send half of our party back for reinforcements and supplies. The rest of us build defenses as best we can, and await their return. This way, any who do not wish to return can merely ensure someone comes back in their stead. Alright, he's the only one up here. Let's start with him. Vinerick the Peddler.
Well, hello there, stranger. Grab a mug and have a drink if you want. I don't own the place, but I know the drink is good. After all, I brought it here.
I love his mustache. Vinerick.
I've been a wine merchant for several years, sailing up and down the coast to find the best vintages. But I don't need to do that anymore, now that I've got the chalice.
Rathir.
The city has seen better times, and it's been frantic here ever since the war touched down into Willy. But I love it all the same.
Chalice.
Isn't it a grand thing? Takes whatever swill I want and turns it into the sweetest summer wine. I'll be the richest wine merchant in Rathir.
Okay, I hand over the chalice.
I was wondering when word would get out that I had the bauble. Just recently came to it. But I'm afraid I can't give it over, stranger. It's not for sale.
Guards! Guards!
Hold on, let me go get her. Well, not arrested. Let me go and pay my bounty. Are there any guards here? Thought I saw a watcher, militiaman, or something out here. Just need to find one.
You there! Halt!
There we go.
Don't let...
So what goes up that road? Let me check that out real fast.
No, I not believe it.
Monument, Plague Times, and First Burning. Plague Times came to an end with the burning. Fires that swept over somehow took the disease with them. This time that the Orbicant was established to ensure, nor would trouble with Rathir ever after. Interesting, there's a doorway here, up there. Okay, well, let's get back into the Seafoam Tavern. We have still have a lot of people to talk to.
No,
Trading's
I
done
not
in the
believe
Prairie.
it.
Talk to this guy. Is he mad at me?
Back again? Glad to help, but I don't know how much I can do for you.
No, you already did everything you could. Let's go to the basement. Hey, there's a door down here. To the lower tunnels. Come on. There we go. Trash, trash, trash. Alright. Alright. Waitress, Brownie Merchant. Commodore Garrick.
You must be here about the notice. How do I know? Simple. No one but potential applicants will even speak to me. Must be because I reek of desperation. Of one sending young souls off to certain doom.
Oh, he's the dead Kel guy. Alright. Gallows End.
It is the hideaway of dead Kel and his crew. The legends speak of it as a damned isle, a horrible scar on the face of the world. To be quite honest, no one is sure of its true location. For the best, I say.
A Frostbreak Sea.
It's the fierce, icy ocean north of the plains of Erethel. A busy place of trade and transport, and the occasional treachery.
Dead Kel.
He is the scourge of the Frostbreak Sea. A terror who seems intent on sinking every ship we sail from Rathir or elsewhere. If only he'd stayed dead.
Commodore Garrick.
I have served the Alfar Merchant Navy since my youth, and I began my career as a deckhand on the good ship Steadfast.
I'm here about the job.
Well, once you hear the details, I'm sure you will lose interest. Everyone else does. We of the Alfar Merchant Navy wish to hire a representative to track and kill the notorious pirate Dead Kel and his crew of murderous hanged men.
Who is Dead Kel?
They had many names for him during the Middle Kingdoms era. Ghost of the Frostbreak, the Blood-Red Sail. Every captain and swab on the Frostbreak Sea feared for their lives when Kel raised his flag. Many widows were made in those days, my friend. Of course, that was centuries ago, before he was killed.
Dead Kel died?
Oh, yes. The Alfar Navy put an end to Dead Kel generations ago. They tracked him to his island hideaway and turned his ship to tinder. There were no survivors. Now you understand our predicament.
What has he done?
Our shipping and transport lanes are a gauntlet. Dead Kel preys on our ships like scabs feast on the dying. We are helpless against him. We're losing 1 in 5 vessels departing from Rathir. Good sailors gone. Vital supplies sent to the depths. This must end now.
Alright, I'll do it.
You will? Truly? I must admit I did not anticipate this development. Here is your payment. It is made in good faith. Once you've made your preparations, report to Captain Rast Bratigan in the Keys. She will be your escort.
Oh, the
Rast is a good and loyal companion, and a competent sailor, despite what they say.
She lost 20 ships in 20 years.
May Iria protect you, and may her breath ever be at your back. Good luck.
They send me with the captain who crashes all of her ships. The Hanged Men.
They are Dead Kel's legendary crew, a trio of villains so sinister that their names sink the heart of every sailor. But I won't tell you any more. No, you don't need anything else to stoke your worry.
Wouldn't be worried anyway. Scavs.
Nothing causes a captain and crew more grief than those little blue beasts. Their poisonous secretions can eat through a new hull in a matter of days. They're not native to this region, but they stow away in the shadowy holes of ships sailing up from the north.
Captain Bratigan.
She is the only captain willing to pursue Dead Kel into the mists of the Frostbreak Sea. Perhaps it is her courage, her skill, her determination. No, that's not it. Rast is a good woman, but unaware of her own faults, of which there are many. They don't call her the worst sailor alive for nothing.
You just said that she was... okay. And where's Captain Bratigan?
She perches along the pier like a seabird, never venturing far from her ship, the Calamity.
Aptly named. Okay.
Trust Rast.
Well now, how are you?
Wallen Forsted. Or Wayland.
Get this. I wake up yesterday morning with the worst headache, no shirt, and a note that I'm fighting a duel. Me? Fighting a duel? Don't know how I got into it, but it's all rot unless I can find a second.
I'm a good fighter. Waylon Forsted.
Proud son of Forsted traders. My name is gold in every watering hole and board house in Rathir, and, well, I'm not really allowed out of Rathir.
Duel.
I swear I don't remember a thing. Apparently I challenged Dalton Ames, the war hero, over the honor of my sister. I do seem to remember him and his bulky arms sitting smugly in the seafoam, taunting me.
Dalton Ames.
Surely you've heard of him. Back from Cluricon, and everyone's talking about his exploits on the battlefield. They used to talk about my exploits with society daughters, but...
A second.
You can't fight a duel without one. Now, you might be thinking, a popular fellow like Waylon, what trouble could he have finding a second? Well, turns out my friends are all drunken cowards. Look, you seem tough enough. Be my second, and I'll make it worth your while.
Alright, I'll be your second.
Thank Lupoku. There is something else I should mention. There is no way in all Amalur I'll win this fight, so I've devised a plan. Before you go to Dalton, that's my opponent, find Gelfine in the Wending and ask for some rows of shadows. She'll know what you mean. Then go to the officers' hall in the burn, and on the sly, put some on Dalton's sword point when you inspect it.
Rows of Shadows.
All in good time, my friend. All in good time.
Your plan.
The way I see it, I'm doomed to end up in Mel Senshir, and I'd rather cut the nose off my face than live a soldier's life. I want some freedom, and you're going to help me, right?
What do you want me to do again?
After you've got the rows of shadows from Gelfine in the Wending, you've got to talk to Dalton in the officers' hall. Tell him I'm ready. He'll show you his dueling sword. Dab a bit of the rows of shadows on it. Then come back to me.
Okay.
Now, time for my part in this business.
Welcome. Relax and rest a while.
Wellkirk.
Seafoam Tavern. Food, drink, and beds for all.
Seafoam Tavern.
This is the only establishment in all Rathir that's not Alfar run. The last owner passed away 3 years back. They let me have it, seeing as I lived and worked some 20 years upon this rock.
Room.
A room? We've got rooms. Don't mind a flea or two. The sheets might be fresher, but we've got rooms.
No thank you. I can't even pay for it.
As you like. It's all the same to me.
It's weird. Rathir.
Here's how Rathir is. At first glance, you see naught but marvels. Look again and you'll note the flaws and cracks. Take a third glance, and through those cracks, more marvels. More truth to that than you know. Hi then.
Baron Siwan.
You're from the Scholia Arcana, aren't you? Here to embarrass me? Well, I don't care. I'm glad I was dismissed. I'll drink to it, in fact.
Scholia Arcana.
Those cowards dismissed me. Afraid of me. Afraid of how difficult it'd be to train me.
Rathir.
One thing I've learned. The ladies here are like the spire. Breathtakingly beautiful and completely unassailable. Especially to a failure like me.
Allison.
So you met my sister? She's been in Rathir almost as long as I have, following me around. Don't have the heart to tell her. I'm her hero, and I'm nothing but a drunk. Oh, please don't tell her what happened.
If I see her, I'll be sure to. This is for you.
What is this? It was only a matter of time before the army found me out. Just my luck. This calls for another drink. I'll have to pack my things. Allison. How do I tell my sister? Where will she live? How will she live?
Allison.
Army wages can pay for Allison now, but I'm leaving her. I'll send money. I hope she doesn't end up in the Wending.
Scholia Arcana.
Let them sleep in their lofty towers. I'm headed for a real life, not sitting in front of books all day and being condescended to. Row!
Oh yeah, I got, I didn't read that item that the guy that didn't say anything to me. It gave me. Where's it at? Tari's note. Dear stranger, please show pity. My name is Tari Holstig. I am mute. What? He talked to me, though. After the introduction, he spoke. If I am discovered... Oh, sorry, my tongue was taken by Virga slavers. If I am discovered wandering alone, or unable to communicate my intentions, please escort me to the keys in Rathir City. My master is Captain Ras Branigan. Or Bradigan. She will know how to best cope with my shortcomings. Thank you. Tari Holstig. Yeah, he spoke to me. He answered my questions. I'm pretty sure we spoke to everyone in here. Yeah, Roverall Kirk is the owner. Yeah, okay. We're done here.
Oh my.
Wait.
Yesterday I saw the upper city. In the garden before the temple, it's always night.
Varen C1.
So you met my brother. Was he at the tavern again? Did he mention when I could go see him at the Scholia Arcana chapter house?
He's not in the Scholia Arcana.
What? He was dismissed? How did that happen? He's been lying to me. I can't believe it. Thank you for telling me.
Scholia Arcana.
I'm sorry, but I don't really want to think about the Scholia Arcana anymore. You can go see them in Upper City if you want.
And Varen C1.
I still can't believe he lied to me. My own brother. I don't know what to do now.
Well, at least now you know the truth.
So
there you go. Gotta rip that band-aid off as fast as you can. Or as soon as you can. Customs house. City Watch, Ona Tansend, Augusta Adele.
Mind your step.
Mind your step. Oh wow, that is some serious frame rate droppage there. Wait. Don't worry about it.
Welcome to...
Are you a trader? A captain? What? Do you have any business at all in the customs house?
Talking? Rathir.
Have you any notion the sum total of crates that enter and exit Rathir's port on a given day? I do. I know the profit and cost to the city, the average writs of trade per season, the escrow on accounts held. This is what I know of Rathir.
Well, color me impressed. Customs house.
You're standing in it. Or hadn't you noticed? And I can't imagine why you are if you haven't any cargo going in or out of Rathir.
Augusta Adele.
I am in fact aware that I am a gnome, and that this is Rathir. Don't think every half-drowned sailor who stumbled in here hasn't made that joke. If you must know, Odessa and I do not suit each other, and I'm very good at counting. Counting is the key thing in a customs house.
Odessa.
I was born and raised there. My father was something of a scandalous wretch. Everything there is extremely large, though we as a people are small.
How do I find Harst?
No need to shout. It's not that I didn't hear it, it's that I don't know the name. This Harst isn't a shipper, buyer, chandler, or clerk. Ask Oneth at the desk if you must. He's more familiar with the riffraff than I am. Now, where was I?
The watch sees all,
What do we got over here? Some voice.
This is the customs house. All your papers in order, then? Well, you'll need those to move your cargo. Say, you're not a merchant, are you? Or a sailor?
Ferrani.
Where they come from, I don't know. But they come on boats, in all seasons, and with goods from all of Amalur.
The keys.
Step outside and turn northwest. Those docks are open to merchants, which means, by and large, Varani.
Seafoam.
Why, the tavern around the corner. Always good cheer there. and never so many papers and crates as in the customs house.
Rathir.
When an island is not an island. More crates of goods, soldiers' feet, and mages' robes cross this jut of rock than any other in the Feylands.
Papers.
There's a form for port of entry, 3 for the unloading of cargo, and 4 for loading a ship. And then the various writs of trade. Oh, so many forms. They just keep piling up. Then I get them muddled and Augusta scolds me, and I end up at the Seafoam.
Customs house.
All trade in and out of Rathir must pass through customs. And Lyrius tears how much trade there is. We're buried in it.
Augusta.
Can't miss her. She's the gnome right over there, shouting and making tallies from dawn until dusk.
How do I find Harst?
I don't know what you're talking about. And you don't either. Coming in here and saying that out loud in front of everyone? Lyria.
Do you or don't you? Or do you know or don't you?
Depends on how loud you ask and whether there's gold crossing the counter, now doesn't it?
Don't make me hurt you.
Don't! Please, I've overheard them in the back. I've heard them go back there, to the little grill. They ask, what costs the lot by sea? And the answer is always, 5 and 9 by night.
Where is that grill?
In the back, on my right. Remember, 5 and 9 by night. Lyria, where did I put the second form again?
Darn it, I got turned around already. So where does this take me? Okay. Well, we have a lot of things to open up. This is for that other quest. I'm not super interested in doing it right now, but since we're here. Wait, what's my chance of forcing this? It's a 90% chance. I'll take those odds. Glad I spot lockpicks. Otherwise, we might be in a little bit of trouble here. Old Red Ledger. A dusty old trade ledger. The cover was once more or less red. Well, I got what I need, but we're not done here. I'm looking for a Corthian chest piece. Also, a lot of experience to be had in here. Well, except for that. Wait, was this just hard? Boots of the Zodiac. I've already read about the Zodiac. Perfect. Come on. All right. Gualchemized goods. A dusty merchant's record. Major trades. 2,445 barrels of pickled, brined, and jellied fish sold at profits of 7 gold per. 905 yards of fine hempen rope, bought at 2 gold per yard below market. 55 casks, Fiereal wines. Pale and mulberry traded for 118 crates of smoked oryx meat. Major losses. 766 barrels of boot blacking to the Alpha Army at 4 gold less than paid. 3 bottles Maybrin wine to visiting dignitary. 12 fine lacquered cabinets that were damaged traveling through Candrian. 50 bear pelts which turned out to be of inferior quality. Alright, we'll grab that. Let's get out of here. So we still have a lot of people to talk to. I feel like I'm not making any progress. I keep getting sidetracked.
City Watch, be on your way.
Nope.
Tell me, what caused the lot by sea?
I know about the meddler.
I thought the meddler was taken care of along with the gnome. Go on. Hawks will want to hear this.
I don't know what quest this is. But he opened up a door for me. What quest is this? Find Elbin Marok. What? It's for the Warsworn. I'm not going to do this yet. We'll come back to this.
Customs house.
I want to go down a rabbit hole of a quest when there's still tons of NPCs to talk to, and I want to get that done this episode. And we still have... Jeez, man. It's not going to happen. We're not going to finish this episode. There is no way. Like, the video wouldn't be done uploading within a day. So... Especially not the way with Comcast has been acting lately. They cut out, what, 5 or 6 times over the weekend? So it's been... It's been rough. Alright, Marisol Kadir.
I'll sell you weapons, but if it's armor you need, you'll have to speak to that husband of mine.
Okay, what you got? Weaponsmithing.
I like to think that every weapon I forge just might kill one of those two, Arthur. That's what helps me sleep at night.
The war.
A terrible thing. Much as it keeps us in business.
Rathir.
Before the war, the people of Rathir were filled with hope, with joy. Most of them, anyway. Have you met my husband?
A husband.
Him? If you've any love of life, don't talk to him. Can't abide a joke. Can't enjoy a drink. Farewell, love.
So many new faces in the market these days.
Sif Sader at your service.
Oh, Sader.
Don't
Okay.
mind the racket. Just my wife, at Harpy across the way.
Alright, anything good? Well, this is better. We'll grab that. That's arguably better. It gives me health and health regen and some other resistances at the cost of 9 armor. I'm gonna grab that. more armor, which makes up for the armor that I'm losing with the other trade-off. I lose mana, though. I'm gonna keep the mana. Hi, wife.
First and greatest mistake I ever made. Only thing sharper than her wares is the tongue in her mouth.
The Pride of Prideri.
Proud is right, and why not? Fitted most of the Alfar army. No frills, no finery. Just good hard steel.
Rathir.
Majestic towers, crisp sea air, and I spend my life in here with that milksop Adar and my spiteful hag of a wife.
Alright, Adar.
What a mouse! Look at the way he taps at the forge. Scared of his own damn shadow.
Blacksmithing.
My craft is shields and armor only. The art of it's in the balance. Too heavy and you can't move in it. Too thin and it shatters.
Alright, well, good news is we have some slightly better stuff. Broke 1,000 armor, that's nice. Did I only buy the 2 things? Seems that way.
I've got armor.
Let us sell. Oh, can't sell that.
And the wife's got blades.
Just listen to the two of them. Husband and wife?
Tuatha. Let's repair.
When I was young, the Tuatha stormed Erethel. They broke into Rathir once. I still remember the fires and their ghastly armor. Those fires took the southern docks. It's called the Losgiad now. The Burn.
Rathir.
Rathir is quite busy now. It wasn't always this way. It was quiet and peaceful once, before the Tuatha.
Edar Odi.
Know what I dream of? A quiet forge. Nothing but the sound of the billow fire and the hammer's ring. No oaths, no bickering. That's the day I'll finally make my own work. Until then, mending helms and sharpening swords. I'll manage.
Sif and Marisol.
Some days I think it's all a jest, and they're like a pair of lovebirds when I'm gone. Others, that there will be bloody murder by noon.
Blacksmithing.
Sometimes all I have is a sturdy hammer and an anvil. Never thought I could be unhappy working at a forge, until I met those two.
Oh, sorry to hear that, buddy. Just want the experience. Oh, look at that. Oh. That's a cruel joke, game. A cruel joke indeed. Well, that wasn't too bad. Pretty small building.
Students of magic, masters of spells.
See, alchemical specialists. Which makes it sound like there's only one merchant in here, but I can already see that there's more than that. Oh boy. Ridlin Rwani.
R. Rwani, apothecary, alchemist, importer, and cultivator at your service.
Okay, what you got? Not a lot. Okay. Rathir.
Were you aware that 37 varieties of vine, flower, and tree can be found here? Discounting, of course, the Lunar Gardens.
Rwani.
I've always found the mystery of herbs and fungi far more fascinating than anything else. As soon as I was old enough, I was apprenticed to the great Rilf Janik.
Lunar Gardens.
Have you been? The true marvel of our city, if you ask me. Blossoms you will see nowhere else in Amalur.
Okay. Ergenic Sisters.
Oh, you've met them? Well, any friend of theirs is a friend of mine. Although, truth be told, those sisters can be a little strange sometimes.
Yeah, those are the sisters. One of them was in some town. The other one was, I think she was in Aiden. The other one was in the Cradle of Summer. Alchemy.
If you think yourself a bit of an amateur, you are welcome to the use of my alchemist's bench. I'm happy to sell you anything you require, and forgive any faces I make at your fitful potioneering. Good evening.
Be a jerk about it.
Stand aside.
Stand aside. Oh, all right. Another merchant back here.
Welcome, friend, to the Luminary Leaf, bookseller extraordinaire.
Oh, are the buildings connected? Rathir.
I cannot ascend the steps of the spire without thinking on the first lines of the Fall of Dwinian, nor espy the Wending and not recall Stone Shadows. Rathir is a city of letters. I dare anyone to say otherwise.
Okay. Or why Ness?
In truth, I once thought I might be a poet, but it seems in the end I am more shepherd than ram to my flock of tomes. Ah, you see? My metaphors always run amok somehow.
Books.
Nearly any book you can imagine can be found here, at the Luminary Leaf, be it history, verse, or scholarship. Though, I must confess, we are not as well supplied in gnomish texts as I would like.
Verse.
Pelewin tugs at the heartstrings. Medara's mists at dawn takes my breath away. If you seek something a bit more rough and lively, the Varani Kesseniki or Sea Chance might be worth a read.
A scholarship.
Now, while many books can be found only within Scholia Arcana walls, others can only be found without. Gnomish texts, magical controversies.
History.
The ancient steps of our founder and prophet are dear to any Rathiri's heart. But mine shall always stir to the brave tales of the war-sworn of old, pitting steel and valor against chaos itself. Until next time.
Alright, Edwin?
If you're looking for vintage Alpha spellbooks, or a copy of the original Gnome Census Scrolls, you're in the right place.
Rathir.
It is the only place to be if you wish to study the arcane, to see the Lunar Gardens, or to gain an audience with the Archsage himself.
Pretty sure I already met him. Edward Leodwald. Leodwald.
I'm studying in preparation to join the Scholia Arcana. Is there any other reason to be in Rathir? This is where magic lives.
Crystal War.
War is ugly. Perhaps if the generals did more reading, the scholars did more fighting, then everyone would better understand the pointlessness of violence.
Alright, let's go loot this chest. So it looks like I may have just knocked out 2 buildings with 1 stone, if it, we'll do it that way, and junk, and get rid of that. So I think this is going to take me back out to the, that main thoroughfare. Yeah. Cool. Alright, well this is a little faster than I was expecting.
Any luck down there?
Yeah, I got your thing for you.
Ledger! Oh, Lunala's smile, you've done me a good turn. Master Gwalchmay will be pleased as a fat Jotun when I bring him this, he will.
Alright, another deed done.
Curios, talismans, items.
Well, well.
Maeve Erigal.
This is the sage crafting table. I can help you with gems and shards and the like. If you want general goods, you should speak to Master Gwalchmay over there.
Will.
I can't tell if he's lazy or clever, but he gets away with so much for his age.
Sage crafting.
It takes great concentration. You can get lost in the work. I like that.
Rathir.
Oh, it's so lovely. The Lunar Gardens. Not that I've seen much else of the world. Have you? Oh, I'd be terrified to go so far.
Lunar Gardens.
Yes, they're my favorite place. So peaceful. The blooms and stars, like so many glittering gems.
Gwalchmay.
Oh, he's been very good to me. I knew my gems were good, but they wouldn't seem to sell in a market stall. They do better here.
Do you have anything worth buying? Nope.
So long.
Where you at? Galen Gwalchmay.
You have come to Gwalchmay's goods, provisioner to all Rathir, to high and low, great house and sparrow alike.
Okay. Shop. Do you have anything? It's got ice. You know what? It's time for a change of pace. Let's grab that. That's also better. Will.
A good head on his shoulders, that lad. I asked for a ledger I thought was long lost. He found it and brought it back.
He sure did. Yeah, I did it. He lost the keys. No. Yeah, I agree.
I might give him a raise, in fact. A resourceful employee should always be recognized.
He is resourceful. I'll give him that. Sparrows.
They are the rag pickers and dust grubbers of the city. Mind you, I don't let them in the front door. Appearances, not to mention odors.
Rathir.
I could tell you a thing or two about this city. Did you know, for instance, that Faldra Nefari ate the 5th memorial stone? Cast a spell and ate it. I could say a thing or two about Wyvern Gif as well, if I didn't fear the consequence.
Wyvern Giffer.
The Wyverns had a claim of their own, mind you. But their marriage to Gif, a scandal. I know the truth of it, but I'm not at liberty to say.
Historical monuments.
The first 4 are easy enough to find about the city. But the 5th, few know the truth of it.
Gwalchmay.
Humble servant to great house, sparrow and soldier alike. Women and men in want of things make their way to Gwalchmay's goods.
I'm a sucker for alliteration. Great house.
The great families of Rathir, of course. As rich in power as in gold. Visit the upper city and see them yourself. Worth the climb if you ask me.
Okay. Faldra Nefari.
Oh, him? No one knows his real name. Got that name from the way he talks. Some say he was next to the Archsage once, up Spire Top. Then a spell went wrong, or his lover fell to her death. Whatever it was, broke him, it did. Very good then.
So many new faces in the market.
Alright, there's
There
Will.
we are. Oh, you should have seen how glad he was to have that ledger. My thanks to you.
Gwalchmay.
Did you hear? Gwalchmay is going to give me a raise. Thanks to you, I'll own Gwalchmays one day.
Well, congratulations. Hopefully I get a hefty discount. Dear citizen. Letter to Gwalchmay. A letter penned in rough, Ronnie hand. Like Gwalchmay, you louse-ridden, sheep-stabbing, good-for-nothing, two-faced, cadaverous, mongrel, toothless, god-cursed, puss-bloated, a wretched excuse for a penny-maundering sneak of a brigand's bastard, snot-nosed whelp. You have yourself a deal. Signed, Osin Ifwin. That was a fun letter. Alright. I think that's everybody in here, right? Seems like it. Alright, let's see if we can knock out the rest of the NPCs in the lower city. I feel like we made some good progress. There's only... well, the city... okay. And there's more buildings here than I thought. Yeah, it doesn't really end, does it? Officers Hall, City Watch, Captain Dodwin. There might not be that. There might not be that many people to talk to in here. Okay, well, maybe I'm wrong. There's 3 people in here and a bunch of chests.
City Watch. Do you have a crime to report, or any other matter?
Fabian's here.
My rank
Turn.
is first of the watch, and I report directly to Captain Talabor.
Congratulations. Crimes.
To be honest, crimes in Rathir are uncommon, outside the lower tunnels at any rate. An occasional drunken brawl among Varani, disputes between merchants, that is all.
Lower tunnels.
The wending, where the poor live, extends into tunnels carved in the rock. Crimes there are hard to police, and the tunnels run deep. Thieves and the like will vanish there, and re-emerge when we are gone.
City Watch.
Think of the Watch as the right hand of the Orbicant. We keep the prison, keep the peace amongst the people.
Orbicant.
The council which governs Rathir. No one knows who is on the council, though you may see their palace atop the spire. They are cloaked in robes and shadows, but do not concern yourself with that. Good then.
City Watch, move along.
Alright, well, let's go loot these chests. Nothing but junk. Alright, it's back here. It's like nothing but more chests. Red Note Sparrow Murders, a read note. Dunn and his men were sighted in the Keys, as expected. Don't send anyone or spread word until I command. If there are any meddlers, then send them on down. I don't think that's what I was supposed to loot, is it? Oh goodness. Lost control of my character there for a second. Captain Area Talabor.
Welcome to the City Watch. I'm its captain. Now how can I help you? Has something been lost or stolen? A relative to visit in prison?
The Sparrows.
Yes, I know of them. Rag pickers, orphans, denizens of the Wending.
Rathir.
A grand and venerable city, is it not? Like none other. So many marvels, such great citizens.
Prison.
Our prison is here within the Watch. All but the worst criminals serve their sentence there. Not a pleasant prospect.
City Watch.
We see that order is kept and law-breaking does not pass unnoticed. If I may say so, we are very good. You will find no crime on the streets of our city, I assure you.
I found a dead guy,
Happy to be of service.
but also your armor doesn't match. And also, I didn't put on my new helmet.
Mind your step.
There's one person to speak to in here.
The City Watch never rests.
Wear a logue.
Guards and prisoners only through this door.
Rathir.
Do not think us a people given to folly or crime. But in a city so large as this, there must always be exceptions to the rule.
Prison.
You don't want to end up in there, believe me. What's worse, though, is resisting arrest. I don't advise it.
City Watch.
We are the City Watch, and this is our home. You are a guest. Conduct yourself as one. If you have no business, be on your way.
Can I just go in here? As with every other prison, they say, oh, you can't go in there unless you're supposed to, and then I just go in anyway. There's no one in here to talk to, though. I won't stick around. But it seems like there's an extra...
City Watch, be on your way.
The path keeps on going. So I may as well map it out, make sure there's no one back here to talk to. Prisoner, Lord Crass. Hey! The Rathir Keymaster. Well, let's see what he has to say. Nothing. There is something to loot back there, though. You know what? Let me find the lever. I want to loot that skeleton. And then see about getting Lord Crass killed. Because I'm sure he's going to try and make an escape, right? Is there a lever back here? So I can open up that door. I can't open up that one. I wonder if you can only get access to that skeleton if you don't get Lord Crass arrested. Or there's probably a lever somewhere up here that I missed. It's not that big of a deal. But there's always a chance that that skeleton has the chest piece that I'm after. The Corthian chest piece. Also, I only need one more piece for the Fey Hunter set as well. Forgot to mention that. I only need the helmet for the Fey Hunter set. I have the other 4 pieces. Oh, Ungris Iridan.
Here to let me out, is that it? That's a jest, mind you. Even if I could slip out of here, the damn watch would have me back before you could count 12. I'd swear the stone spy for them.
A swindle.
Let's just say if you carried 100 crates from ship to vault, no one's none the wiser if 1 or 2 things go missing from every haul.
Rathir.
Whenever they do let me loose, I don't fancy I'll stay longer than a whore's wink. Anywhere else in Amalur, that's where I'd rather be.
Prison.
What am I here for, you mean? Would you believe I disgraced the great house's daughter? Didn't think you would. I had a right good swindle going with some wending lads. But are they locked up? No. Bloody Alpha double standard. Go then.
I'm sure we'll interact with him later. Alright, another building down. I think there's 2 or 3 left. There's the place of the healer. It looked like there was a personal residence.
You'll see things there the likes of which. Greetings,
Some soldiers. Soldier. Alright, nope, we're not doing this yet. That is for,
The liberation of Melsenshire is close. Hurry!
I'm assuming they're going to have a sale there from here. I'm not going to talk to these people yet. Right? Because what does it say? This is me with Ellen Karth. What is this other... Let me talk to him.
What is to the ships are all moored up until
Why is the quest pointing me in your direction? It's weird.
Stand up straight and look you in the eye.
Officers Hall. Alright, what do we got in here? Some soldiers. Guac Morhan, Dalton Ames, Crosto Arrowin. Deliver the notices, Courier, Engar. Alright, well, a lot of people to talk to. We'll start back here, I guess, since I'm already back here. That's Courier.
It's worse than a Banshane's kid.
Believe me, I've seen worse off in Chloricon.
I bet. Chloricon.
Have you been? Foul land. Rank as a Cruddock's breath, and bleak as the northern sea. And that's without the damn Tuatha.
Healing.
There's no disease or curse or superating wound I haven't seen 1,000 times in Chloricon, so don't be shy, and try not to whine.
Barracks.
This part of the officers' hall's my domain. I pass fresh recruits before we send them off, and treat them when they return. The ones from Chloricon are the worst. Missing or rotting limbs, the pox, that sort of thing.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Well, there we go. Deal with these chests real fast. Maybe not that fast. Yeah, I gotta check them all in case they're set pieces in any of these chests, because that's what I'm after. I don't know if I've ever found any set pieces in a chest that are required to be stolen. I wonder if the game avoids putting uniques into chests like that.
You there, my lovely. I like the look of you. I have gold to slip in your purse in return for a small favor.
Well, I like gold. Rathir.
The sea wreathes her. Old stone lifts her high. Gold and magic pulse through her veins. In the city of Rathir, a soft whisper in a dark corner unlocks many doors.
Kirasta Arwen.
Me? You wish to know about me? I'm flattered, but I prefer to keep my cards close to my chest.
Okay. What do you want? What do you want me to do?
Oh, now, don't sound so suspicious. I need some help in a matter of business. Tell me, do you know the merchant Gwalchmay?
I do.
I'm trying to strike a deal with that willful man, and I think I have found just the thing. Only, I cannot be the one to do it.
Who's Gwalchmay?
The man who owns the goods store in the Pryderi. He's got his thumb on nearly all the trade in this city. I can't sell anything without his good word, it seems.
Why can't you do it?
I have already tried to negotiate with him. He proved hard, stubborn, and unpliable. We could not reach a deal. I was hoping a new face and a new approach might cause him to let down his guard, become reasonable.
And that's where I come in.
How very astute of you. Now, Gwalchmay, I have learned, has a weakness for rare wines. This right here happens to be a bottle of Mabrin, his favorite. I wish we had more than just the one. Pity. Here's the contract for him to sign. The better a deal you strike, the sweeter I will make your reward.
Okay, Gwalchmay.
If I were to approach him, he'd dig his heels in. But a fresh face such as yours, bearing a bottle of his favorite wine? It might just work.
Alright, I have more Mabrin wine.
More than the bottle I gave you? Very good. If you can use that to strike a better deal, I will see you paid more than it's worth.
Okay, and where can I find Gwalchmay?
In his goods store, in the Pryderi, the market. It's near the center of town. Get him drunk on Mabrin wine, and he should be magnanimous with the contract.
Well, I'll see what I can do.
Be good, my lovely, and I'll be good to you.
So I'm pretty good at what I do across the board, so, yeah, shouldn't have any trouble sealing the deal. Let's go looting. Well, probably not looting, just lockpicking. For the most part, I'm not interested in what any of these chests contain. Unless they happen to have a set piece. Oh, I wouldn't mind having that. I'm not going to bother. So I can always lockpick if I have to. It's not worth the hassle having to leave the building, getting someone to try and arrest me, and then, you know, paying the bribe. When I can just, not take it. Gwalk Morhen.
You're not army. What are you doing here?
That's none of your business. The war.
We call it a war, but it's more a dying man's truce. We crouch in Melsenshire, and they lurk in Cursewood, and shoot arrows at each other.
Gwalch Morhen.
Just another soldier on leave, and I don't like questions. Now bugger off.
Okay, duel.
Now this is going to be a farce. I've a bet with Dalton whether Wayland soils his pants.
Dalton.
Bloody war hero, haven't you heard? And besides, he's right there. You can speak with him yourself.
Okay, army.
Of course, most of it's in Cluricon, where the damned war is. We're here on leave.
Please, please, I'm only a soldier back from Cluricon. Don't kneel. And I'm afraid I don't do blessings.
Okay, Wayland Forsted.
He's as vile as his sister's delectable. I don't know how word got round to him, though. I thought I was discreet.
Officers Hall.
I tell you, we need a place like this in Cluricon. Sure, there are places to drink and gamble, but nothing with class.
Cluricon.
As you know, until the siege ends, it's a lot of sitting around and brief skirmishes. Can't wait for a real fight.
Dalton Ames.
Me? They call me a war hero. Haven't you heard the songs? It was only 5 Bulgan, and I had a rusty knife. Huh, I don't see what all the fuss is about.
Oh, I don't know what a Bolgan is. At least I don't remember what a Bolgan is. Alright, if it's nothing locked, I'm not going to bother checking, because I doubt it's always like white gear on those weapon racks. Nothing worth stealing. No goodness. Alright, another building down. I think there's one or two more left. They look like personal residences, so it shouldn't take long to get through all of them, as far as I'm concerned. We can finally call it an episode. This will be like, what, an hour and a half long?
The City Watch never rests.
Wait, Wending House. Let's see. They're a citizen, Rathir citizen. Ooh, Uriel's Vision. A phase sorcerer helped the tournament spellsword Uriel Brognar create this cow to support his aggressive spellcasting style. Well, I'll definitely take it. I haven't found a lot of purple might gear. Actually, I don't think I found any purple might gear besides the hammer that I had.
Welcome to the Wending, mate. I'm sorry it's come to that, but here we are, eh?
Tunnels.
Make no mistake, for the likes of me, it's warm and welcome. Gelfine buys and sells what you please. Kest deals the cards, sparrows come and go. And the watch come through seldom to never, which is how we like it.
The Wending.
Where you go when you can't find gold for a Praderi garret or a bunk in the Keys, nor get work in a servant's quarters up in some great house. If you're able, you sleep in a ramshackle house. If you can't, you sleep in the tunnels among the mice and candles and rags.
Rathir.
Rathir. Some say it runs near as deep as it runs high. What I do know is the spire top's full of light and magic and wealth. Down here, shadows and rags and one daft old mage named Faldrin Afari.
Faldrin Afari.
Oh, him? No one knows his real name. Got that name from the way he talks. Some say he was next to the Archsage once, up spire top, and a spell went wrong, or his lover
This
fell
is the
to her
exact
death.
same description we
Whenever
got
it
last
was,
time. I'm gonna skip
broke
it.
him, it did.
This is for you.
What's this, eh? Time to serve? Well, I always knew it might come. Not sure what they want with a poor Rainier Western like me, but I'll go. I'll go.
Alright, well, Godspeed. Yeah, it was the exact same description for the Faldrin Afari that we had the first time, so no reason to listen to it twice. Heck, it might even be the same voice actor. So there's no reason to listen to it a second time. Well, since I'm down here, may as well grab this stuff. Alright, well it seems to me that is all of the lower city. It took quite a while. I'm afraid the upper city is probably going to take just as long, if not longer. I don't know if it's worth going to the lower tunnels or the upper city first. Probably the upper city. Because I'm willing to bet that we'll get lower, or quests in the lower tunnels from the upper city. Don't know for sure, but if I had to guess, then that's going to be the case. So yeah, next episode we'll deal with the upper city, try and speak to all NPCs there. It'll most likely be another long one. And then we'll do the lower tunnels in the episode after that. And start knocking out these quests. Got a lot of stuff to do. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope to see you guys in the next episode.